Welcome to Here with Laura. I'm your host, Laura Williams. I'm a designer, entrepreneur, and mom, and this is a space where real life and meaningful conversations meet. Each episode, I sit down with people who inspire me, fellow creatives, business owners, parents, and dreamers, to talk about the behind the scenes of building a life with intention. We'll cover everything from the beauty of slow mornings to the chaos of growing a business or family and all the messy, magical moments in between. Whether you're multitasking or taking a moment for yourself, I'm so glad you're here. Today, we have a very special guest. She is a creative mastermind in the beauty world. She has created an incredible skincare line that I love so much, and I actually carry in my shop, Living Oak. Please welcome Jyoti Lohman.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited to be here. I love chatting with you. I love everything that you've done. You do everything so beautifully.
Oh,
So what an honor to
I
be in
paid
your
her to
shop.
say that.
Yeah.
No.
What an honor to be in your shop and what an honor to be connected with
Yes. So it's super fun because we don't carry beauty products in my home decor store.
you.
You wouldn't think that that would be something you find, but I actually met Jyoti a few years ago. A mutual friend of ours, Erin Ortballs, created this business called Plunge into Calm. And it's really more of a movement where she was doing weekly breathwork sessions where you would end in a cold plunge experience. And in that whole time while you were there, it was a couple hours on early Saturday mornings or early Sunday mornings.
Early Sunday morning.
Yeah, like 6 or 7 a.m. But we would go and we'd sit around in a circle. We'd all talk about what we were going through at that time, discuss some things that were difficult, some exciting news, and then we'd go through a breathwork experience led by Erin, which is always such a wonderful thing. But that's where I met Jyoti. And
Yeah.
she was saying, I'm nervous because I'm launching my own beauty skincare line. And I'm like,
Yeah.
my ears perked. And I'm like, I'm opening a store soon.
Yeah.
And so we quickly, bonded and chatted. And anyway, it's just so cool to see how much you've grown. You're in so many retailers now, not only my store.
You were one of the first. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
But it's booming, and you were telling me some exciting news that I can't wait to get into.
Yeah.
But let's back up a little bit. Tell us about, your background and how you got into creating the Beauty Way.
So I actually started a kind of funny story. My mom, I'm from a little laid back hippie town in California, and kind of organic and non-toxic, and all of that was really kind of how we lived. And then my mom's also this very luxury beauty lover. So we were, she's very on trend. And she would get facials and really taught me so much about self-care. We had some stress, as you know, just growing up with kids and life. And she would go to silent retreats. She would do meditation. She would
I feel like that's so ahead of her time.
so ahead of her time.
Yeah.
This was the 80s, not to date myself. But, she would go to Mount Shasta and she'd go on these retreats, and she did facials and she would move her body, and she would say Mom needs to take this time to reset, so I just grew up with that, just going okay, Mom's 100% here, but she needs to take this time to be able to be here and show up for us, going through just the busyness
I love how you said
life.
that. It's true, though.
Yeah.
And it's important. Not enough people do that.
Not enough people do it now, And so back then it was okay, wow. So I've been good at taking care of myself.
You were taught at a young age.
Taught at a young
importance.
age that it was the importance of
Yeah.
it. So she took me to get a facial when I was 6. Which is so funny. She would go get a facial and I'd come with her, and I was hooked. I was like, oh, it felt so good, and the products. And so I just kind of grew up with
I love that, though.
loving products and loving
Yeah.
skincare and loving taking that time. And self-care really is about the little moments. You got to do the therapy, you got to do all the big stuff, but it's really the day-to-day. It's the small habits that add up to a whole centered, balanced person. So I just kind of I had a conversation with my best friend the other day, and she's like, "Do you remember when you met me and my in-laws at dinner and brought us body scrub?" And so we were counting back. It was 17 years ago.
Oh
So
my.
it's been, a long time coming.
Yeah.
And as you know, timing is everything with like how things line up and
Mhm.
level of experience and availability emotionally,
Yeah.
spiritually, physically.
Well,
So
and you're
yeah,
also, in addition to being just like entrepreneur queen, you are also a devoted mother.
yes.
You are a wonderful wife. You are busy in multifacets of life. So,
Lots of stuff.
yeah, lots of
Takes
stuff.
one to know one, right? It's like,
That's why we jive.
yeah, it's why we jive. It's like, what else could we add to the plate?
Yeah. No, it's true.
But also do it well.
Yeah.
And also do it, not half-assing things, but
Mhm.
really showing up
With intention.
with intention.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of my life is that intention.
Yeah.
So it's been a slow build, but it's been there for years. And I actually did have a very small body care company in Los Angeles in 2011, Clean Beauty. Very beginning of Clean Beauty revolution. No one knew what it was. They couldn't figure out why we couldn't have chemicals and what non-toxic meant and why it was so expensive. But it was just how I grew up.
Yeah.
But also wanted to mix that luxurious experience because I want it clean, but I want it beautiful.
Yeah.
And I
And
want it to be an
smell good
experience and be a
yeah.
sensory experience.
Yeah. That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, it wasn't time then. And then I restarted about 3.5 years ago, postpartum with
Cool.
my daughter as a year old. And felt like it was time in my life where I'd collected enough life experience
Mhm.
and knew what I wanted to build and was able to take those intentions and take the steps to make it happen. So,
I love
so
that.
happy to like be doing it, finally, it feels like, and
And doing it well.
doing it well.
Oh,
Doing it
that's
and doing it
do
well.
doing it and doing it doing it well. Oh my gosh.
That's LL Cool J.
Okay, so you have a whole assorted product line.
Yes.
What was the first product you created from your product line? And how long did it take for you to get it to the point now where you're like, this is what I want to share with the world?
So,
Because product development is very interesting to me.
yes.
In my past life, I did it, but not with, you know, materials like this. It was more of like a physical it wasn't a beauty product, so you don't have the chemicals, you don't have
Right.
so it was more for me like touch and feel versus all the other things that go into it. So
Well, there's
I'm
a
so
lot of that
curious of
towards the end.
yes.
So being a true entrepreneur, I did all 5 at once.
Okay.
So I vetted a lot of labs. I obviously needed that chemist part of my what I knew I wanted to do. I needed that component of someone that could say, okay, this is going to work together. This is how we balance it. This is how we preserve it. This is how we make it safe for people.
Yeah.
So I love working with women. I found a women-owned lab in the Northeast
Awesome.
after painstakingly vetting labs. So many interesting people out there. Found this woman and just connected, worked with a chemist. It took me over 2 years.
I imagine that would be
Yeah.
quite the journey.
It's quite the journey. And it was painstaking at times because I was just like ready to get this, to share it,
yeah.
to get people to feel it and to touch it and to take that moment of pause and glow.
Yeah.
And so now looking back, I'm like, actually, that was pretty fast to do 5 products. And I'm not sure why I launched 5 products at once.
But it's smart because then you're launching an entire
Collection.
routine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You
An
know?
entire routine,
Mhm.
truly. So I worked on all of them kind of simultaneously. And that, how it kind of went was I met with the chemist. I previously, in my previous life of working in fashion in Los Angeles, met my husband. We decided to get married on our 3rd date, kind of a whirlwind. And we just ended up like,
Wait, did you actually get married on your 3rd date? Or
We-
you were like, let's get married?
so we met our first date, like he took my breath away, truly. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is the guy. And then our second date, we had met on eHarmony, like back in the
I love
day.
that. Yeah.
And I never even paid for the subscription because I
Trial
met him,
worked.
And I was like, okay, well, the trial period works for me.
Cancel.
Our second date, he was like, I'm off eHarmony. I'm like, oh, okay. And then the third date was Valentine's Day, or the second day was Valentine's Day. And then the third date, I was like, we're getting married this year. And he's like, yeah.
Oh, that is
So-
so funny.
We got engaged May 3rd. We met February. We got engaged May. We got married September.
Okay. Wow.
So it was quick. Yeah.
Wham,
Yeah,
bam.
when
There
you know,
you
you know.
go. I know, that's true.
So did a bunch of traveling with my husband and picked up really beautiful ingredients. I found plum oil in Bali. I found um, rose hydrosol in Morocco. So sort of collected
Casual.
all these. Really like got to collect and of course I had a spa in each country. We went. I even found some amazing things in Iceland. So just sort of knowing that I wanted to bring the body care back to life just when it was the appropriate time. I was sort of looking for ingredients in different places and looking at these like ancient places of rituals that they would do in these spas, which has helped informed my spa protocols I was telling you about. So yeah, and so I chatted with the chemist and we decided to take each product and I would say, these are the ingredients I want in it. This is how I want it to feel. This is how I want it to perform. These are the results. This is how I want it to look. And then we'd go back and forth with like a paper formula. And I'd research heavily everything and say, okay, this, not this. And then it would come to life. They'd send it to me. And so we went back and forth on each product for over 2 years,
Wow.
fine tuning everything. And I have no experience in this. So it was really kind of like I would try
Well, you
it.
had the real life experience of what you knew you
Yes.
wanted.
Yes.
And so, your knowledge base was there.
It was
just
there.
there was a lot of trial and error probably.
It was the technical stuff that I was like, okay, we need this preservative and
Yeah.
how much percentage of vitamin C should we use? And so they really helped guide that part of it. But I was very clear on what I wanted it to feel like and how I wanted it to perform for people. I also wanted to balance younger skin, more mature skin, more olive, oilier skin, drier skin. So my mom and I were the guinea pigs. So we have very different skin. She's very, very oily. She has like not one wrinkle. She's got beautiful, beautiful skin. She's 76-year-old because she's been taking care of it her whole life, right? Like I remember being a little girl and she's like, always go up, everything.
So funny.
She taught me so much from a very young age. We used to do ice on our face like after we would clean and it closes the pores up.
Yeah.
Right. So, now there's rollers and all this fancy stuff, but we used to just do an ice cube to.
I love that she
Which
knew
is
that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where she knew it. So yeah. So we would go back and forth, the both of us, and she's never been able to use a body oil because she's so oily. And so I was really like, that's my baby because we really got it to where it really soaks in.
Is the body oil your favorite product?
So I always
It's
say
probably hard to say.
It's hard to say because they're my like 5 babies.
Yeah.
I can say that I use that one the most.
Okay.
Because I do just like, I love how it just glides on. It feels like such an experience to me every time I use it.
I mean, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
You feel good. And you get like a nice little glow
You do.
about you.
You do.
Do you have it on now?
I do.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her glow,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't know if you guys can see the glow, but I do. And I chose the mantra on there. I choose happiness, which is 3 very simple words. It's not, overly complicated, but it's really clear that you're choosing that. And so my little ritual with the oil is I use it right after the shower, but I also use it every single night. It's by my bedside. I do my neck, décolleté, hands and feet, all those areas that need extra hydration. And I choose happiness. And I think it's like a great reframe before you go to bed.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I mean, how often do we go to bed stressed after our day? It's so great that you recenter yourself. You're like, I'm choosing happiness. Tomorrow's going to be a great day.
Tomorrow's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
And then, and then you wake up to some chaos, but also some great things, right? But it's a nice reframe. I think
That's
that
amazing.
the mantras are so important because it does help us sort of reframe. And there's a lot of input.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So your daughter now is how old?
She's 4.
She's 4. Do you use it on her? And does
she's such a fan.
I choose happiness.
She's such a fan.
You have to pay it forward like your mom did.
Yeah, absolutely. She loves the cream. I have a lot of different times where she said the cream makes her heart happy, which is darling.
Oh my God.
And then I have this.
That's yours.
Remember, my ringer is on, which is so weird today. Yeah, just turn it off and then to put it on. Gosh, I hope that doesn't screw it up.
That's fine. No, we'll just cut it.
No.
It's not a big deal. There you go.
That was my mom.
Airplane mode?
Yeah, absolutely. I meant to do that. I said that before I went to
You
the
did.
bathroom, and then
You did, and then we forgot. It's not a big deal.
So yeah, I try to I pay that forward with both my son and my daughter.
I love that.
My daughter's a little more connects with the products than my son, but
In the beautiful pink packaging.
in the beautiful pink packaging, exactly. But they both really Sunday night I have this ritual where it's on the family calendar. I do a bath with my calm, use my oil afterwards, say my mantras. My calm is I'm open to receive all the good that life has to offer. So that was really intentional for the bath soak because, again, what a great way to reset and to shift that mindset of like things are happening to me. This is all this stress. It's like I'm open to the good.
And to teach that to your children at such a young age to just thoughtfully be that way is incredible because the power of your thought and your intention is so strong in your day-to-day life. So that's so cool.
It's so strong. And so they'll come in very recently and like, oh, are you doing a beauty way bath? Oh, are you doing a beauty way bath? And they wanted to get in the other night. And I was like, love you guys.
This is my time.
This
Get out of here.
Time. This is my reset. We can do a beauty way bath later.
Yeah. I'll draw you one
later. But it's been cool because we don't realize like how much they take in. And I don't talk about my business with them a lot because I try to be really focused when I'm with them. But, Mother's Day, the little quizzes that they do. And like my mom and both
my
of
mom
them.
is 100 years old.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I was 35, which I'm really into.
Okay, so I had just had my birthday, so my kids both got like the nail on the head.
Nail on the head.
Like,
okay.
I remember last year my son said that I was like 17. I'm like, nice. Also, very young mom.
very young mom and quite accomplished for 17.
Oh.
Totally. I've gotten, but recently it was 35. But when they were talking about, I think it was, what is she good at or something? And it was like the beauty way.
Aw.
And it was
so
like,
nice.
okay, so they're noticing that I'm putting that energy into that. And then also it was like, what's your favorite thing about your mom? And it was like that she plays with me. So it felt like a nice balance, right? It was like she's good at her work, but she also focuses on me. So it was like a nice just kind of confirmation of like, because you try to balance it, and I don't know that there is a balance. It's impossible. It's kind of a
and every day is probably different. What have you found, what works for you in your balancing? I mean, it's so hard to say because right now a typical day is not the same because school's out, it's summer.
Yes.
Sky's the limit with what everybody has to do every day. There's camps, there's this, there's that.
Swim team.
Swim
everything.
team.
Yeah.
Swim team.
Are you on swim team?
Yeah, we're doing swim team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you guys?
We're the Stars, blue team.
Okay, we're the Sharks. I wonder if we compete.
Mm.
Okay.
All right.
I know you're competitive.
See you at the pool.
See you at the pool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the practices, the 5:45 meet.
Yes, all of it.
All of it.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. It's such a life skill.
It is a life skill. They do personal development every single week, which is so cool.
So cool.
And it's hard and scary. You can't rely on anybody else.
Yep.
It's just you and the
like,
water.
It's like individual, but then you have the team aspect of the relay. I absolutely love it. And
earning points for your team, which feels really good.
And the ribbons. And, they give some for participation, but there are some meaningful ones about like, your personal best and that kind of stuff. And I'm just watching my son. This is our first year.
Yeah.
It's intense.
This is our second year doing it.
Okay. It's intense.
It is.
But I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And the community aspect because you have to volunteer.
Sure do.
And it's a lot.
7 times.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
It's so worth it.
Because you understand more of what goes into it. And
like
so
I was
you
a timer last year or last week, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." Yeah, I know.
It's my least favorite job. It's so stressful.
Worst. It was the worst.
I like to be the exchange judge. All you have to do is make sure, like, toes, hands. Okay, toes, hands for the relays. That's my favorite.
Okay,
yeah.
mine is
runner.
Do
special training
because you get to socialize and go back and forth.
Yeah, I like those too.
Those are the good ones. Yeah.
Anyway,
like learning all the hacks. Anyway, all the things.
So, how do you find your balance? What is your secret sauce of like knowing, feeling like you're doing enough in both avenues? Because I think it's really hard to feel like a present mother and still being a boss babe.
Yeah, I think it's like almost impossible for the balance aspect. I try to use the word harmony because I think you can have a harmony between the two. I don't know if you're balancing it. And the
Yeah,
first
because
year,
some days are
some
like
days like
this and
this,
other days are like this.
yeah. So then
Yeah,
you
I love
always feel
that.
out of balance. But if there's a harmony, and what that means to me is, I try to tune in to like what needs me the most. There are days that I don't do very much for my business because I know that it's a day that my kids really need me to be there. And then there's other days where they're like get home and they're like, "Can we just watch TV?" And I'm like, "Okay, so this is a time when I can really focus on TV, on work." And there's other days like, "Hey, mom, will you swim with me or will you play with me?" So I have the good fortune of having the opportunity to kind of tune in to what I really need to be doing. So that's kind of I really try to do that because I just and I will say that the first year in business, and I'm just in my second year of business, although this has been in ideation
Long
for
time coming.
my whole life. The first year was very challenging, figuring out how to find harmony in that, and I don't know that I did last
Well, it
year.
seems like you did by evolving and
Yeah,
figuring it out
yeah.
for this year.
I think I was I'm one of those people that like I took notes about May this year because I was like I can't do this again. Just with the business and school and everything. I was like
Maycember.
Maycember. So I took notes. I'm like how can I like what could I have changed to make it more conducive to my lifestyle for next May. So I did that last year at the end of the year. I kind of went through an inventory of like events I did and things with the kids and what was really meaningful and what did I really need to put my time into. So that's kind of how I started this year out going, okay, these are the things that are really important. These are the things that I can kind of let go. And just kind of figuring it out that way and yeah, just really tuning into because you can feel it when your kids really need you and you can feel it when they're like, cool, I'm going. I mean, they're little, but they'll be like, we're cool. We're gonna go watch some Power Rangers. And then you can feel when they go, Mommy, will you play with me? Yeah. So I think I take my cues from really from them. And I have to say I like hustle. I pick my daughter up at 1:30, so I hustle from about 8 to 1:15.
Yeah.
And then it's,
And then you're on mom mode.
and then I'm in mom
great.
mode.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of hard sometimes to do that, but I don't know that I would do it any other way.
That's great. I think
Right?
that's a beautiful thing that
Wouldn't
you're
you?
able
Like, can
to
you
do it and that
imagine?
you figured it out, what works for you, what works for your family, especially your kids are only young for so long.
They're only young for
So that's a really big thing to remember. And I think that's something that I struggle with is like, my kids are only this age right now.
right now.
And so while I'm investing in my work and investing in my business, investing my time into all of that,
Yeah.
it's really hard to find that line so that I'm not missing the time I need to invest in my children.
Yeah.
And so it's always, the mom guilt. You
It's a
figure
push
it
and
out.
pull.
Exactly.
Because I was a stay-at-home mom for
Yeah.
years. First, before I launched my business, I completely stopped working in 2017 for somebody else, and stayed at home. And I was so content with that until I wasn't.
Yeah.
And then it was time to do something else, and there was another calling. And I think as women, we go, okay, we have kids, and it's all this push and pull.
I felt so similarly to where it was like I was very content with it when I was staying at home.
Yeah.
And then there was a flip where I was like, I need more and I need something different.
Yeah.
And I need something to satisfy my needs that are different than what my children satisfy.
Yep.
And because it does satisfy a lot of your personal needs.
It really does. It really
because you're
does.
filling a lot of cups and it feels really good to
It
fill
feels
those cups.
really good. It's they're your heart outside of you, right? So it feels so good until it doesn't. And then we have to listen to that.
Yeah. Or
because
else
we're creatives and dynamic women who need to do those things. And so I think we've, I don't know, figured it out, but we're figuring it out, how to do all of those together and create harmony in that, for everyone. And especially for ourselves, because as my mom taught us,
What's
you
your
have
mom's
to
name?
Jacqueline.
All right, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing her praises all the time.
Yeah. She's good. She was so good about that. I mean, she was like, back in the day going like, we got to move our body. We got to, and I'm like, oh, you like made up these, You were like,
Nobody was saying that back
nobody
then.
was saying that back then.
Except for like Richard Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe exactly. That was totally Richard Simmons. Yeah, I just remember her, taking me to manicures and pedicures, and also like I think I got my Reiki degree when I was like 5. So it was like it was a very like hippie luxe situation. We were very coiffed, but also like really in touch with nature and energy work. And
I find all of that very interesting. It's funny because I never really get too far into that side of things with the energy and this. I feel it when I'm there in the moments of doing like a meditation or something, but I don't go and meditate on my own. And that's just like a personal preference that I don't choose to do that with my time.
Yeah.
But whenever I do, I'm like, oh, that was wonderful. I should do that all the time. But then I don't.
Well, there's a lot of input. There's a lot of different things.
Yeah, but I like to do things in group scenes,
I do
so I
too.
like to do it in a group atmosphere, like I was saying
that's why
for
the breath
plunge.
work.
Yeah, for plunge and a calm, that was incredible for me.
Yeah.
And every time I go, I'm like, oh, that was
so rewarding. I like group stuff too.
Yeah.
I think you can not only feel the energy of like-minded, supportive women. I just love being around women that way. But also there's always a collection of energy when it's a group, right?
Yes.
It almost kind of can intensify things. And meditating is a practice because
And I think it allows, when you are around people who are vulnerable, it helps you to become more vulnerable yourself, even if it's internally. Like you can be vulnerable with yourself even if you're not saying out loud. But if you're feeling somebody's energy of vulnerability, I mean, it opens up the gates for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you were there when I was crying.
I was.
The breath work.
But I loved that.
Yeah, it was just me definitely being vulnerable with people I didn't know, but just like I was
Now you know me.
needed to like let go of some of that kind of buildup of stuff. And I'm
you had your release.
I had my release and it just felt good. And I, being in a supportive group. So yeah, I love that kind of stuff too.
It's great. So you mentioned your mantras for each product.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear how you came up with those, not necessarily every individual one, but like the research and the depth that went into the mantras and how you suggest that process going as far as like when to say them, how to do it, because I don't do that and I'd love to learn about it.
So my mom gave me this book.
Jacqueline did it again.
Louise Hay. I don't know if you know Louise Hay, but she is amazing. Look, take a look at her. She just has a book about like how a lot of our emotional baggage kind of can turn into physical things. And then she has sort of a mantra to help release some of the physical manifestations of our minds.
Cool.
And it was such a cool, she's passed now, but she's an incredible, she's like the grandmother of sort of mantras and emotional kind of intelligence, really. And so I grew up kind of using mantras as a way to help myself. And so they're kind of all over my house. They're in my car. They're in my mirror. And I usually use them kind of based on whatever kind of challenge I'm facing. And I don't think they need to be complicated. Mine are very simple because I think it's really about those couple of emotional words that are simple. I think that like wellness for me is not like overcomplicating and adding all this stuff and having this like 2-sentence mantra.
The market is so saturated
it's so
with
saturated.
all of that to where it feels overwhelming. And unless you're an Instagram influencer of all things beauty, you're not going to do it.
You're not going to do it.
No, it feels too much.
It's like this supplement and this, and it's like, okay, so yeah, wellness
like,
to me
tell me
is
one
like,
thing.
yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. And so that's why these mantras are really simple. That was like my intention of not making it this 2-paragraph thing where you're like healing some childhood trauma. This is like about how we take a purposeful pause, speak kindly to ourselves. And I think like that, kind of chemically changes the way that our brain is working in that moment. And it's powerful. So, I was telling you with the calm, for example, I'm open to receive the salt soak. I'm open to receive all the good that life has to offer. And that was chosen because you're in a bath. You have a moment to kind of think about it. And as we're rushing through the million things we need to do, that just sort of centers your mind on being open.
I love that.
And we get, we're flooded all the time. And then the oil is the I choose happiness. That's a very simple, it's something you can remember. You don't have to, have your card in front of you all the time. So I use the mantras. They're meant to be used when you're using the products, and you're using them every day.
Yeah.
So if you're saying it one time, you're doing it every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that was sort of the purpose of the body care, is it really can elevate your daily routine and something you do instead of something you do once a week or once a month and it's simple.
I love that.
It's simple and clean.
And as you've said, you shared 2 mantras just now. I got chills both times. So I'm like, ooh, these are good.
Yeah. And the cream is I choose love. I mean, I love myself. I love, whatever love is meaning to you, or how you needed to feel that or hear that day. Yeah. That also, a little background on that one, it has the rose hydrosol from Morocco. Rose is connected with the heart chakra, the heart, love. So that one was kind of infused with that energy.
I love that.
So
again,
I love it.
You
and
got
they're
me every
simple,
time.
right? They're simple. It's not a huge, I have to think about this and make this whole. It's just really clean and simple.
Yeah.
And effective.
That's awesome.
So, like my products.
Yeah. I love it. So you mentioned that your products are in spas, and there is a whole experience you can have where these mantras are said to you while they're using the products on you. Tell me a little bit about that and where our listeners can experience this, because that's super cool.
So this is dream come true stuff. I'm a big spa aficionado, as I've said before. And my mom and I have spa'd pretty much, around the world, and my husband too. He got in a hammam in Morocco to his chagrin, but he did it with me. So it's always been a dream. You go to a spa and they have an add-on of something, or they have an experience with a certain brand, Osea or something like that, where they're doing something like that. And so it's always been a dream of mine. And I found this woman who has worked in spas and has this beautiful resume of places that she's been and these experiences that she's created. So kind of taking my knowledge of being a person who goes to spas and her knowledge of the kind of the back end of that, we put together these spa protocols.
Cool.
Which are so cool. There's 5 of them right now. And one is a full body routine, and then, massage, polish, manicure, pedicure. But yeah, it's a full experience, saying the mantra, inviting you to say the mantra, some deep breaths, then sort of a routine of how the products should be used, so you know how they're used, and just the how they all work together and balance and create this full body luxury experience. Yeah. So I'm very excited about that. Spaviata, who's here local
in Austin.
In Austin, yes, is going to be doing them, and they're going to be doing the full one. There's a soak, the wash, the cream. It's the whole collection.
Cool. Congratulations!
So
that's
thank
so
you.
Exciting.
That's really exciting. I feel the best on my entrepreneur journey when I'm creating. Yeah. And right now I've got the products. I'm good there. Product development's a whole thing. Mm-hmm. So this felt like a new arm of the business that I could, that could be creative and could feel like new. But
well, and what's really exciting about your products is that it's nice to experience them and know what to do with them and how to use them. And what's cool is you will come and you didn't use the word demo. What did you use?
Activation.
She comes to our shop events and will activation, have an activation experience.
Yeah. Do an activation.
Yeah,
a
of
demo.
The product. She demos the product.
Yeah. I demo
on the people that come to the events, but it's an activation, and I love that because it sounds better.
Yeah.
And it feels, very luxurious.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you will go through every single step of the way and tell us about the products, et cetera.
Yeah.
And those are our best-selling days, obviously, because you're there telling us about it. But I love that you share your time to do that. I know your time is precious, so it's really cool that we get to have you in our shop doing that when we have these special events, like on Galentine's. We did a really cool, event, and we sold so much of your stuff that night.
Such a beautiful event. People were so happy to be there.
Yeah. That was super fun.
No, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Thank you for having me. I'm always love to come into the shop. I love you and the girls, and the shop is just beautiful. And if you haven't been there, it's a dream of like home decor and gifts, and it's just Wow.
Oh, thanks.
But yeah, the demo is really, it's a powerful thing because people get to have a moment where they get to experience it. Ultimately they get to feel the results, right? Like you're going to feel the softness, you're going to feel how it glides on, and then, I have people that'll go, oh, okay, thank you so much. And then about a half hour later, they circle back and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that was really good. I'm going to buy it now.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, let me see how it feels.
Yeah, and then it's
and then they've
you're
washed
like,
their
"Still
hands
feels
and they've eaten and it
amazing."
still feels good. They're like, okay, I'm going to come back around. So that's some of my favorite time. I love connecting with people that understand the value of really clean, nice products. And also,
And I think having a human connection with you is a
I literally
superpower.
created every single piece of the brand so they can go, what is this? Or how,
And you're like,
and I
let
can
me
say,
tell you.
Let me tell you.
I've got a lot of details.
Yeah.
They're all in here.
They're
You
all
ready?
in here. Yeah, I love that. The in-person event is really one of my favorite things to. And then I just love, there's that moment where people go, wow, when they use the scrub or the polish. And that's my favorite. Just kind of where they.
It was so funny when you did your activation on Zach on my team. It was so funny because he kept on like walking around and showing everybody. He was like, look how nice. Da, da, da. And we're all just like, yeah, Zach, it's great. Like, we all have used it. He's like, but look. And, he's got like construction hands.
He bought some polish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very excited about it. So you always joke that the husbands always steal their wives.
They do.
It's so funny.
They do. My dad is like one of my biggest, like the Hydrate cream. He gets like cracked heels from like, I don't know, being outside. And he said it's the only thing he's ever used. He's like, I love you and you're my daughter, but this is great stuff. And you just need to get it in people's hands so yeah, I have a lot of, there's a woman, I can't remember her name right now, but she had to her husband had come home from a trip and he had like really itchy skin. And the only thing that helps him was the Calm soak. And she had to go to your store and buy the soak for him. So yeah, there's some. Well, and I think it's not a floral or like vanilla. It's just very light. It
has a beautiful scent to it, but it's not overwhelming.
It's so light.
Where a man is going to be like, now I sound like or smell like a girl.
Yeah.
They're.
No, I've got
You're like, I was smart about it.
I got a lot of husbands that are into it and children. I have other friends' children who are like, they got to keep the beauty way away because they want to use it.
Yeah. No, I think that's amazing. And I love your products. They're incredible. And they're the best gifts. You know what you sell, which is amazing, is your little essentials kit.
Yes, the Discovery Kit.
Discovery Kit. Oh my gosh. That is the best seller that we have in the store because you get a little bottle of each.
It's the gateway.
It is.
You get to try it. I have 65 in my trunk right now going to Austin Women's Magazine.
Oh, cool.
They called me last night and they're like, I tried. Someone gave me this. It was
so
amazing.
You're also restocking us today, right?
I'm also restocking you. I also have restock for you.
Don't forget about that.
That's been one of the best decisions I've made because it was something new again, but using the products that I already had. But it helps. It's a great price point.
Yeah.
And people can try it. And then, I say that's the gateway.
Well,
they get to try it.
Because if you don't know if you're going to love a product,
100%.
you don't want to invest in it.
100%.
It's just the way it is. It's like, I know that this works for me, so I'm going to keep using what I use.
100%.
And a lot of people get stuck in that rut. But I find that the only way that I try new things is if it's in a little sample size. So there you go.
Yeah.
But it's like a luxury sample size.
It's a good, it's 2 ounce. Like it's enough. I wanted to make it enough where you could use it long enough that you could actually see and feel the results instead of, those like little packets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm never going to buy this serum. I've tried it one day. And even if it feels great, I don't know that the results are going to be there. Yeah. And it's amazing to me how many people buy the oil specifically saying like, oh, I was given the Discovery set and I'm just obsessed with that oil. So I get a lot of those.
Would you say that's your best seller is the oil?
I would say that, but the polish and the cream and the oil are so neck and neck.
What's the difference between the polish and the cream?
So the polish is the exfoliator in the shower, right? So you're polishing your diamond skin. So that's really, I sell that the most when I do demos because that's kind of the wow factor when you get that shea nut oil and you're so hydrated and you're like, I have brand new skin.
Off, you're like, oh my word.
And sometimes you don't even need a hydrator after that. So that's the exfoliator. And then the cream, I also have like diehard cream lovers. But I would say the oil is probably
right there with it.
Yeah, I would say that's my best seller is my oil. And really the discovery set because people can discover and it's a great gift.
It is. I've had the girls on my team, I think they have bought half of the inventory because they're always like, oh, they're back in stock. Let me get it for gifts.
Yeah.
They know.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I just added, you'll get it in your new order, but it's a little card that talks about each one of the products.
Oh, I love that.
How to use it. And then on the back, like a little bit about the business and me and, sort of my intention for it for you. I also just printed little mantra cards so people can get that too. And so it kind of rounds out the whole brand story of body and soul care.
Because that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's my hope. And that's my why. When I made the scrubs 17 years ago for holiday presents in San Francisco, people would come to me and I put like shea butter and all this weird stuff. I was like chemisting in my little like 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco. And then I would get like jars and people would come to me and be like, I don't usually take time to do that. And it was and then we were in our 20s. It wasn't like we had kids or business, but it's still, we were busy and, building our careers. And people were like, that really worked. And like, it made me feel so good. And I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Like, okay, noted.
Yeah. I want you to like feel good and take that time. And I've had so many messages of like, hey, I'm such a busy mom. And that was the most time I've taken to do that. And it sort of forces you to do it. Yeah. The body care, because you need to do it anyway. But
if it's in the comfort of your own home, you have no excuse, really.
Yeah, truly.
Like you can take a little bit of time for yourself.
Yep. And what I was saying too is, again, it's not like it's body care. So I'm not saving lives, but it's the little habits every day that measure up and add up into happy, functioning, healthy people.
Okay, so that's a really good segue because I have a question that I ask all of my guests that I'd like to ask you as well. And it's just something as a special takeaway of you personally.
Yeah.
What is your one ritual or little joy that helps you to anchor your day-to-day life?
I think I have a few.
Give me your top one and then you can say the other ones if you'd like.
I keep it really simple. Like I was saying, I think wellness is about like simplicity and what brings you joy instead of adding additional things to do. And I think my favorite thing to do is make loose leaf tea in the morning. And I go sit outside and one day you're fun and the next day you're loving birds singing. But still fun.
I think it's super fun.
Yeah.
But maybe we're in that same.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of angers me. And then it gives me a moment. I'm outside. It's like after the craziness of the kids being, going to school or camp and lots of kisses and hugs. And then I just like take a moment and really center myself and sort of prioritize my day. And I wake up every morning so excited about tea. I don't know if that's weird, but I get it from a very special place. It's sort of a ritual of how I do it. It's steeped for 4 minutes. Yeah. It's the loose leaf. It's so special to me. And every morning I like it really hot in the cup that I love and just sitting outside, getting a little bit of vitamin D, listening to the birds. I recently planted a bunch of flowers and those are bringing me immense joy. So it's the simple things. I think like as I've I don't want to say getting older, but like matured, the natural world and the slow mornings, as you mentioned in the beginning, is absolutely what grounds me because we can be pulled in so many different directions. And that's how and when I say like prioritizing my day, it's like, yeah, that's work and that's kids, but that's also intentions for the day. I'm definitely saying a mantra. I'm definitely closing my eyes. And listening to the birds. But, it's just it's that grounding moment in the morning that sort of sets the intention for the rest of my day.
I love that.
The other thing I do, which is kind of weird, but helps, is I wake up and I do a big smile. because
That's not weird. You're deciding to be happy
I'm
right
deciding
there.
to be happy. And I just
Choose
and that doesn't
happiness.
mean, and that doesn't mean that like things aren't hard or challenging or I'm not facing those things. But I try to like honestly wake up and just go, it's going to be a beautiful day and do a big smile. And that just like, it just kind of shifts me out of any of the like, poor me or I haven't gotten this done or
It's so
I feel
funny,
guilty.
even with children. So my daughter, when she wakes up, she is like ready to wake up most mornings. I go in there to wake her up. The cat usually follows me.
Yeah.
He comes in and he kneads on her. She's just so happy to wake up, and it's great.
Yeah,
It's so
but
good.
I mean, that's
Like,
what we can learn from kids. It's that joy, and they don't have all the heaviness of
it's like, oh,
the
it's
to-do
time to have a
list.
nice day today. Let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
so
it.
excited to go to school. I'm so excited for soccer after school or swim team or,
Whatever. Just happy to be like alive and doing the thing.
Yeah.
My daughter says the same thing. She's like, I'm going to have a beautiful day and you're going to have a beautiful day and I'll see you later. And
You're
I'm
like, oh my gosh, you're so cool.
yeah, you're so cool. And you're right. I am going to have a beautiful day. And not that things won't come up, but like,
I can't wait to talk with you about our beautiful days
can't
later.
wait to talk about it. And some days she'll be like, it wasn't a beautiful day because whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll get out of that. But, I think it's like, again, it's
starting
like
it with the intention.
it's starting
is
it with
good.
the intention. And then, things are going to come up, but like, is it going to wipe me out or is it going to like, am I just going to kind of like move with it? And that's something I've really learned this year because things used to just like wipe me out last year of like, if something didn't go how I had envisioned it was going to go, which happens in entrepreneurship.
I think honestly in business, it never really does. And you just have to learn how to go with
you have to be
roll with the punches.
Be in the flow.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're just upset all the time.
Oh, you're so upset all the time. It's like the roller coaster. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm like in the trench all the time. And then so I was like, okay, so how do I?
And you know why it feels that way? It's because you care so much.
It's because you care so much because you're putting everything into
all of yourself
into those things. And also when you have your own business, that's your, it's your, not from an ego place, but it's your name and your reputation. And you want to, I want to share and
you have pride in your work.
I have pride in my work. Yeah. And not so much how other people see me, but like how people feel when they do business with me, how they feel when they use my products. Like that's really important to me.
Well, the perception is important and you feel like you would never want anybody to not speak positively about what you have poured so much of yourself into.
Right.
So I feel ya. I'm with you.
And in your line of work, you help people feel good too. And it's having a comfortable, functional, beautiful space. That's like, it's powerful, And so, yeah, it's important that people get that from you and get that essence from you.
Well, and if anything's not right for me, I'm like, all right, let's fix it. Let's talk
100%.
about, I want you to be happy. That is the most important thing here, more than anything. So yeah.
I agree. Anytime there's any sort of, and fortunately, knock on wood, I haven't had much, but I'm sure as my business grows, I will. But anytime something does come up, it's like, how can we fix this? Yeah. How can I,
being a business owner is knowing how to problem solve.
It's knowing how to problem solve. And it's knowing how to get out of your own way and like let the ego of being right about things or, proving yourself, like you said this, but it's like doesn't matter.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like what's going to make you happy what's going to hold true to my product or what I'm creating or whatever, what's going to keep the integrity there.
Well, and I think in our business, in any business, the good old fashioned like word of mouth is still the most powerful marketing. Like you can do all the Instagram in the world, but it's about people visiting your shop or working with you. I met a woman at one of your events that you have become friends with. I don't remember her name now, but you had originally been a client and she had like start to finish. Well, yeah. And start to finish. I've had so many like construction people and different things and the relationship can sour based on accountability and different ways of doing business. And I've talked to two people that have been your clients to your friends because the process was not always easy, right? Yeah. Like things come up.
We got through it.
But really happy about the experience. And I think that says a lot. And then when someone wants to be referred, yeah. And I'm just, the activation
I'm always like,
girl.
I hope that it works. Oh my gosh.
And then they bought some Beauty Way.
And then we're just activating.
And then we're just activating.
We're just activating all the time. Oh my gosh. So fun. Well, Jyoti, thank you so much for being here. This
Thank
has
you.
been so fun.
This has been so fun.
And I love that what you are creating is something that you are so proud of.
Yeah.
And I love what you've created so much that I have it in my shop. So if you ever want to find the beauty way, you can come to Living Oak. You can shop online, livingoakhome.com. And say again the spa where you can go have the experience.
Oh, Spa Viata.
Spa Viata in
360.
Austin.
Yep.
You can go and feel the full experience.
Yep. Or also come to an event at Laura's shop. We can do an activation. You can feel all the products.
Get activated.
Let's activate.
Let's activate. There's Richard Simmons again.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe my mom was taking notes from Richard Simmons.
Yeah, right?
I mean, he was kind of ahead of his time.
He was killing it.
He was killing it, yeah.
It's all the energy.
It's all the energy. And the gratitude.
Yes.
I felt like that guy was grateful to be in those shorts and doing those moves with those women.
He did great.
He did great. Yeah. So maybe we can all learn
Shout
a
out
little
to
bit
Richard
of something.
Simmons.
Shout out to Richard Simmons.
If we got anything from this podcast, Richard Simmons for life.
For life. If you don't know who he was, look him up.
Yeah, for all of our youngins out there.
For all of our youngins.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for spending a little time here with Laura. If you enjoyed today's conversation, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share the episode with a friend. It helps more than you know. And you can find more about me and Jyoti and the Beauty Way and everything we talked about in today's show notes. So until next time, take care of yourself and don't forget to make space for what really matters.